Growth Engine Daily. I want to talk about the dilemma about being honest with your clients. So what do I mean about that? I'm not saying that as a business community that we're dishonest with those clients. I'm talking about the fear of being straight up and acting in the client's best interests. So in our agency, I'll use a couple of examples. I'll use a couple of examples of what I see in other clients' businesses. And if a client hires a professional or a patient goes and sees a doctor, seeks their advice and then engages that advice, but then as it goes through, they put personal opinion in from an unqualified point of view to change the output. Now, for you guys who work in industries such as marketing or service providers, consultancy, business coaching, professional services, you're probably sort of thinking now of that name that sort of makes your blood boil, or you get a rush about, because the client frustrates you. The ultimate end goal that we're going to sort of challenge you to think about is, should you fire that client? Should you fire that client? Or should you go through a few steps first? Personally, I think you should go through a few steps first. But let's just give a couple of those examples. So I'll give one in our agency. We have a client, they're a service provider. He engages a professional to achieve a certain output of campaign results. Now, it's not rocket science that Google own the online world. And Google's recommendations for how web pages or SEO optimization, especially on page, has a certain format, whether that's H1 titles, whether that's copy, alt images, compressed images, meta descriptions, as an example. And recently we've had a client who, wants a specific look on their core service page. And that's fine, we can restyle the page. The hirers, we put a strategy together, we do the design, we go for sign off. The client says, no, I want that H1 removing, or I want that taken out, or I don't believe that this download should be available, or whatever. Now, you're sat there and you're thinking, like, well, these are basic best practices. Number one, they have to stay in there, because otherwise that page is not going to perform at the standard that it would be. So that is one example. Recently been working with an automotive business, and an automotive business is where they're fearful of asking the clients what the credit status is right up out of the gate. So they have a discussion with them, they take a couple of qualification questions, and they're debating whether they should actually say, could you just please advise me what your current credit score is off Experian or Clear Score or whatever it would be. And the fear of upsetting clients. Back to our agency example, it's our responsibility to sit down with any client and say to them, look, respectfully, you've hired us as the professional. This is the recommendation that we have. For us to sort of guarantee that that's released in a format that it must be, it needs to stay. Sure, it can be styled in different ways, and the look and feel can be developed, whether that's with custom CSS code or any other, design function. But the architectural structure of this particular page and this lead generation strategy needs to stay. And, for the automotive business, ultimately, what is the point of continuing to qualify, spend time, do quotes for a client who's maybe got a CCJ or a bankruptcy order or really poor credit that their finance teams just won't underwrite? So the debate really is all about, should you be honest with clients, and the fear about, will that upset them? Will they leave? Will we go somewhere else? Now, ultimately, I'd love your comments below. Let me know examples of when you've had clients that you've maybe been fearful of standing up, square on the shoulders and saying, no, Mr. or Mrs. Client, this is actually not the correct way, and we need to, keep on track. The old adage saying, isn't it, is like having a dog and barking yourself. And I'd really love to know your thoughts and your experiences and how you overcome it, so you can share that with the community. That would be fantastic. My view is, I think if they're hiring a professional, you give your best professional advice looking at all the wider context, not just the aesthetics or the initial reaction that you might get off a client on the phone. As long as it's done respectfully, as long as it's done with the client's best interest in heart, I think that's a great way, and I think it actually adds to your authority, and you should build a relationship relationship with the client. And a final thought on that: if the client is offended, if the client is insistent, the point I raised earlier, should you fire them? Absolutely, let them go, because ultimately what happens is you do a job, the client changes the build spec, the results aren't what it is, and it's too easy for us, whether it's an agency owner, an automotive business, to say, hey, you're wasting my time, or hey, it's not working. So you want to hide into nothing if you allow it to continue, and always challenge the customer in a polite, respectful way. Why did you hire us in the first place? Because we're a professional, we know what we do, and we're experts in our field. Please allow us to do that job. So there is a right and a wrong way. It does require good customer management skills, but outside of that, I think it's something that for sure you should sort of really stamp it all about and be confident in your abilities and help your clients and protect them from themselves. So leave me your comments below. I would love to know what you think. And as always, thanks for being in the community. Thanks for continuing your growth engine journey. Go do the hustle, go make it happen, and we'll catch up with you in another Growth Engine Daily real soon.